This is Leon, and I want to talk about something from a blog, and the blog is called Gaming Addiction Support Part 2. I looked at the first self-forgiveness statement, and the first self-forgiveness statement says, I forgive myself that I have not accepted and allowed myself to realize what experiences I have given permission to pull me, to trigger reactions within me, to be obsessed with and become addicted to the feeling I experience with computer gaming. I see, realize, and understand how I have also within my life have tacitly given permission for experiences to pull me, and within that pull I experience reactions of emotions and feelings. Emotions meaning negative reactions, and feelings meaning positive reactions to and towards and within the particular environment. I had a dream the other night that I was playing a video game with my stepfather. Growing up, there's a memory coming up from within myself when I was 3 years old. No, I'm sorry. Well, actually, I might have been 3 years old. But basically, it's this memory that is coming up where I used to play a video game with my stepfather. Within the memory, I realized how I created an experience to the memory, which is an experience of happiness, basically. You know, being and having a stepfather or a father figure within my world and reality that is basically present with me, and where I can enjoy his presence, you know. I realize how experiences, positive experiences, can be a point of blame. When blame is created and generated from previous experiences, I realize how positive experiences can be utilized to not take self-responsibility to stabilize oneself in relation to the negative experience. So what is created is a positive experience as an outflow consequence of the negative experience. I realize that within my life, if I have a look at my memories, that my biological father showed up once when I was young, gave me some Pampers, but you know, I remember having a memory of asking myself, why isn't my father, you know, around more? And so within asking myself that question, I created a negative experience to and towards the situation where, you know, my father was not there for me when I was young, or there with me when I was young. And so I created, and so because of me not taking self-responsibility in that moment, because I didn't know how to take self-responsibility within that moment to stabilize myself, to release myself from any negative charges or any negative experiences that I experienced within that moment. So what had happened was I created a positive experience of happiness to and towards my stepfather within a future event, utilizing that as a point of justifying blame to and towards my biological father. And so within that, within my life, let me just say, within that, I realize how I can create and construct future events based on how I experienced myself in previous events. And so within my life, I realized that within the dream that I had, that there was a positive experience to playing a video game or video games with my stepfather within the dream, because of the point of believing that, because now I don't really much play video games with my father. With my stepfather. And so now I realize how the dream is actually showing me how I am still holding on to positive points or positive experiences such as happiness within the dream, that I am allowing or giving permission to pull me into and as points of reactions, subtle reactions within myself that I may have missed, that I might not be aware of in my day-to-day living. So it is a point of actually releasing myself from the energetic pull of experiences. What is an experience? It is a feeling that is created of a particular specific moment, which becomes part of a memory. And so here I want to do self-forgiveness for accepting and allowing myself to be pulled by energy, pulled by experiences within my world and reality. Because is it the experience that defines me, or is it me within and as self-honesty and self-direction that is the defining expression here, that exists within and as this physical reality, as an expression, as a movement, a self-movement expression. And so here I want to do self-forgiveness for accepting and allowing myself to be defined by energy. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to, instead of releasing myself from memories, to instead hold on to memories. And so when and as I look into a memory, I forgive myself that I have allowed myself to react positively or negatively to a memory. In this case, it was a dream. And so I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to react positively to a dream that I had about, to a dream that I was involved in with my stepfather, playing video games. And within that, not realize how I create a value to that dream that is more than life. What do I mean by more than life? Basically, life is here. You know, life doesn't need an experience, because an experience is actually how one has it is a reaction to life, basically. And so thus a point of limitation, as a limited awareness about how life is defined within and as an individual. And so I forgive myself that I have not accepted and allowed myself to realize that when I create a feeling or an emotion, which is a value to a particular specific person, place, and or thing within my world and reality, how I define that value as more than life, instead of realizing that I am here and that which I am valuing is equal in one here with and as myself. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to define my relationship with my Father in accordance to a video game, or rather video games and the experience within those video games. And so within that limited definition of the son-father relationship principle to an experience or experiences within memories. And so I commit myself to expand the definition of fatherhood through and as aligning myself within and as the principle of what is best for and most optimal for all individuals within this world and reality. How can I, in fact, be and participate within and as creating and constructing a world that is best for all? Through and as creating and constructing, reconstructing, repatterning, redefining my relationship to my mind, within who and how and what I have become within this world and reality. How I can actually, in fact, become or be and express myself as an effective individual within this world and reality that does not react to people, places, and or things, but can, in fact, express myself as the directive principle within this world and reality in every moment, where I do not need any emotion or feeling to define myself and to express myself. Okay, and I just want to read a self-commitment statement from this blog here, from this blog here. Actually, there's no commitments in this blog, so I will read some more self-forgiveness statements. I will read 2 more self-forgiveness statements. I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to not realize the priority of physical reality here, what I share with all life here in and as existence, by putting my interests of feeling good first, within the belief that if I feel good, then I will be able to become effective and helpful for myself and others. and not realize that the need for feeling good is already an indication of a pre-existing relationship with the self-definition of feeling bad. That is exactly the point that I was expressing earlier, through and as blame, how I blamed my father for not being there for me, and created as a consequence positive feel-good experiences with my stepfather, because I have not released that negative relationship that I created within my own mind from myself. And so I forgive myself that I have accepted and allowed myself to judge myself and games as bad, and judging not gaming, and being me not gaming as positive, and not realizing it is an attempt to manipulate myself. To manipulate myself into an other self-definition, to live out and not realize that by this I move by energy, which is emotions and feelings. And when the energy is off, I am again the starting point of myself, what I did not deal with, did not understood, saw, or realize, which is in fact simply fear from expressing myself and changing myself, and be always here and take responsibility for all who I am here. All right? Thank you.